This is usually where Betsy sits. Betsy usually sits here. Over here.
Please join me as we light the chalice. The words are in your order of service. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
As the flame is lit, use it to calm your heart, calm your mind, your spirit, and ready yourself for our time together in worship. Thank you.
Morning. I'm live? Yeah? You can hear me okay? Okay. Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's much better. I can hear myself. Okay. Good morning. I'm David Kelly, and I'm one of the members of your board of directors, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our service at Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Low Country, which is always a mouthful for me. Every Sunday here, in my opinion, is always special. However, today might be just a bit more special in that later on in the service, we're going to take time to recognize all our recent new members to their congregation. So that's very exciting. Generally speaking, new members have to initiate it with a first time or come twice or more. And with that kind of in mind, and not every visitor or guest obviously it becomes a member, but we like to take time to recognize and welcome first time or second time visitors each service. So if you're willing to stand and give your name and where you're from, we'd like to recognize you and welcome you to UUCL. So I'll start on my left, your right, and work across the sanctuary. If there is somebody here on the left, yes, please. Thank you.
My wife Julie, we're here as a guest of Marcella. And,
Welcome.
yeah, we're, with all the crap that's going on in the world, our spirits are.
Yeah.
So we're looking for something, I'm not sure if this is it, but, see, and I think you go up.
And in the middle section, do we have any first or second time visitors who would be brave enough to stand and give their name? Okay, and how about to my far right, your left? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miles Twintermace. With my father, Mike Twintermace, and we're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome.
Fair greetings from the First Unitarian Society of Milwaukee.
After service, we have coffee and snacks in the foyer, followed by our talkback section.
No talk back today.
I'm sorry?
No talk back, so you can spend time meeting the new folks.
Because of the
new
recognition
folks.
of, okay, I take that back. I'm being informed by the front row. I'm good with that. So we're going to move on with announcements, and in the spirit of a bit of a time crunch, I'm only going to kind of do headlines, but there are some things that aren't necessarily in the order of service. Or we get, on Thursdays, we get a congregation-wide email with announcements in a lot of detail. So I would just recommend that if you don't hear it this morning, just please go back to Thursday and pull up that email from David, and you'll get more news. So some of the headlines include movie of interest on Wednesday, April 2nd at 6 o'clock. But the key here is, because that's, I think, in the order of service, is that votes for the film have to be in by tomorrow. And they can, you can send them to Beth Reiner's. So if you want to vote as to what you're going to discuss, you need to get your vote in tomorrow. UCL's Got Talent is on Saturday, April 5th, starting at 7. And there was a sign-up sheet last week, but I'm assuming there might be a sign-up sheet in the foyer today also. The next Music on Melfris is Josh Joffrin, and he'll be here on Friday, April 11th. Music on Melfris starts at 7 o'clock also here. Mike, I'm not seeing Betsy. I had a note that she wanted to give an announcement.
Can I do that?
You can.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Nicholson. I am husband of the former chair of the Care Committee here at UCL. And Betsy's home this morning, but she sends you these words. She and Wynette must step down after many years of being the leader of this committee, and I think doing a pretty good job from what I heard. She said the responsibility of working with so many of you has been a joy, getting to know you so much better, and she thanks you for your trust and for confiding in her as you have. Now, is Janine here?
I'm here.
Janine, can you come up, please? Janine, guys, is taking over the role. It's easy.
It rhymes with sleazy, I always say that.
I won't repeat that.
Just don't call me sleazy geezy.
No, no. So she's taking over the role of chair, and Betsy says she's compassionate. She's kind. And she's committed to doing a great job, and I know she will. She's going to say a few words.
Thank you. I was going to say I have no sound effects and I have no cue cards, but my sleazy geezy was my opening then. Anyway, first of all, those of you that know Betsy, she's a really, really hard act to follow. Both Wynette and Betsy are outstanding people. And when Betsy asked me, you can't say no to Betsy, she looked at me, she told me to take off my sunglasses, and I really thought she was going to kiss me. I'm not kidding. The way she took my hands and she looked at me and she said, would you like to, sorry.
Yep, no worries.
Would you like to be the head of the care committee? And she told me what it was, and I know it's a big responsibility. And I'd like to become more involved, and what better way than to do this to help other people. So she said that we'll be asking, or I'll be asking, do you know anyone that needs help? And then our committee, a huge, wonderful committee, will find out what you need. And she said to express confidentiality. We can either, we'll tell the committee about it. If you want us to, we can announce it to the congregation. Anyway, ChatGPT did not write this. Betsy wrote this because I said, what should I say? And this is exactly what she told me. So Betsy told me exactly.
Give her the microphone.
Oh, Betsy wrote this, not ChatGPT. Anyway, I'm looking forward to working with that committee and stop dropping things. So anyway, that's it.
Great.
Okay. We're getting near the end here.
How is Betsy doing?
You have to ask that gentleman.
Michael? Mike.
Mike, how's Betsy?
How is Betsy?
She's doing okay. Her spirits are good. She has a little issue this morning that prevents her from being here, but she's watching you.
Hi, Betsy.
You can all say hi, Betsy. Ready?
Hi, Betsy.
Thank you, dear people.
Our Stewardship Gala dinner is on March 29th, starting at 6 p.m. And there's a sign-up sheet in the foyer, and I've got a gaggle of people over here who are going to come forward.
Well, you just about told all the news. Everything is coming together so beautifully, and I can't thank Patricia Friedman and the Finance Committee for their support, and everyone for their help and assistance and moral support. There are so many details that are coming together beautifully, and the food is going to be a big, bountiful buffet by Chipotle. It's going to be healthy and food for all tastes, and that includes gluten-free. We may or may not have an electronic sign up, so I put a special sunflower flag out front today to remind you to sign up in the foyer before you leave today. It's going to be a wonderful evening, and it's going to feature the comedy and music of our own Roger Bates from Bluffton and Hilton Head, and thank you, Lynn Nordenberg, for recommending him. He has opened for Jerry Seinfeld before, so it's going to be an evening of fun and comedy and food, so please sign up. We look forward to seeing you. It's $20 at the door per person, but we especially invite our children. We will have tables set up in the back for the children. There's no charge for the children to come, and there will be activities and fun for all. Please come.
So here at the UUCL, we pay attention to the important nutritional food groups, and the talent show is no different. The food group we're focusing on for that is dessert. So if you would like to volunteer to bring a dessert to the talent show, which is next week, no, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If you see Anne or Joanne and let them know what you're going to bring.
So what month is it?
April.
April. What day of the week is it?
Saturday.
Saturday.
The 10th.
What's the number? The 5th. And what time?
6.
Yeah, you got it.
That could have been bad.
Just have a quick conversation while he gets ready.
We'll do this hootenanny style. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
There's a talent show coming to the old UUCL. We will entertain each other, and that really should be swell. Everybody come running so that you'll be there as well, 'cause there's a talent show coming to the old UUCL.
They've been practicing their singing, they've been working on their song. Be careful when you're singing that you don't hear the gong. If your talent shows what you're going to, you just can't go wrong, 'cause there at UUCL, it's where we all belong.
There's a
Talent show coming at the old UUCL. We will entertain each other, and that all should be real swell. Everybody come running, so you'll be there as well. 'Cause the talent show coming at the old UUCL.
We're finally getting around to the part where our minister will be. He does show up from time to time. I don't know why, but so this month, as you know, has been the theme has been trust, and Charlie's talk today is titled "Trust in the Principles We Walk By," and he states, "Does the bird trust the branch or its wings? The values we hold are meant for just this moment." And with that, here are Charlie's opening words.
For those of you that are guests and visitors, I'd like to tell you that this is an unusual morning today. It's not. It's not the way we do things, and that's why you're all here. And what we do for and with each other. But as an opening word, I want to offer you this thought. One of humanity's deepest needs, beside food, is safety. Safety that is found best in community. Here we find our communal safety. Here we protect each other and send that hope into a needing world. And I'll be offering our principles as the compass to keep our direction and keep us on the right path. Thank you.
This is the time that we invite your donations to sustain the work of this beloved community and the work that it does beyond the walls. And if you are one of our wonderful guests today, please allow the baskets to pass, because we're just pleased that you're here, and that's our gift today.
Generosity.
Are we on? Now, as you know, is the opportunity for anyone in the congregation to express a joy or a concern. We ask that you come forward, take a stone from the basket, tell us your joy and or concern, and then return the stone to the cairn. Now, as for the word stone, I will spare you that. But I will say that having grown up in the Presbyterian Church, we did not have this kind of opportunity to express a joy or a concern. And the reason for that was we had no joy or concern. So that's why this moment has been such an eye-opener and a joyful eye-opener for me. So if you will please come forward.
Hi, I'm Diana. I have a joy. My daughter's here, Jennifer. She's here from California, right there in that green sweater. Yay! She goes to UC Davis. She's getting her PhD in cat behavior as a researcher. So if anybody is into cats or has cats, get you her. Marcella's already called her times. Like, help! But she's a researcher, so I told her, do what you love and try to get paid for it. She loves cats and she loves research. So she put the two together. I'm very proud of her. Hi.
concern. Every month, or most months, we have music on Malthus. And the performers come and they thank me for bringing them here, and everybody applauds and makes a big fuss over it. My concern is that I don't do this alone. It takes a lot of people to put on a show. So if you're in the room, could you please stand as I call your name? Marietta Carr. I know she's not here, but she has been helping us since we started. Patricia Friedman. Sharon Green. Linda Lebrar. Leslie Haas. Diane Valeri. David Ansera. Randy Zipser. Scott Thompson. Wes Grady. John Shepard. Kat Duncan, and Gary Green. Now, these concerts couldn't happen without all of them. In the early years, we had Lennon Gordon also. And there's always Steve supporting me in these endeavors. So, thank you for all of you. You are my joy.
Okay, so I know we don't do any announcements here, so this is not an announcement, and you will not have a great time if you show up at Tio's on Thursday night at 6 o'clock and have dinner and listen to the Island Writers Network open microphone with various readers who will be reading some of their pieces. And there is a writer that some of you folks happen to know who will be the featured reader on this on Thursday night, the 27th. So if you're in the area of Tio's, which is behind Kroger on the island, come on over and say hello. I'll be the last one up. I'm not sure what time that'll be, but anyway. That's it.
Trip on this wire.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kathy Zeiser. I have a joy. They say that when one door closes, another opens. And that happened to me last weekend. My granddaughter got married, first of 6, now 7 grandkids. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, aside from all the tornado warnings. Didn't happen, so we were glad. But I didn't lose a granddaughter because she's called me twice on her honeymoon so far. But I did gain another grandson. So now I have 7 grandchildren, so thank you all.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Kitson. Some of you might have seen me around with my mom, and I just wanted to share with you that she has been staying with me since last year around April. She hurt herself and she needed help, so I was the chosen one. So she came to stay with me, and now she agreed to stay through spring, and spring has sprung, and I'm going to lose my mom because she's going to go back to Minnesota. She's having memory issues, and she's having, problems with her knees and her joints and whatnot, but she still remembers her house and her life back in Minnesota, so I'm gonna let her go. Anyway, it's really hard, but I'm really wishing that she's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great for her. But selfishly, I hope she realizes that she loves me so much, and she had so much fun with me, and all of you here, that she will come back. We did get her round trip ticket, so I expect her back in November. I've told her about becoming a snowbird and whatnot, so I'm hoping that that's what she will do. So I'm gonna let her fly, and hopefully she soars and remembers to come back to me.
Mine is quick. I'm Marcella. I have a joy. And the joy is that I was able to get up in front of you folks today and do my finger picking, which couldn't have been possible without Todd. He's my instructor, and his wife Julie, that allows me to come over all the time. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, I'm Linda, and I don't come up here very often. In the 10 years I've been here, I think this is my third time getting up in front of you. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm so compelled to speak to you this morning about a joy and a big concern about a book that I just read, and I'd like to recommend it to all of you. Tell you a little bit about the book and how it affected me, and I hope that the UU police don't come after me for this, because it's a little bit political, but not really. I have trouble reading these days, so I don't pick up books very often, but when this one was recommended to me so fervently, I thought I had to read it. It's a short read. I can get it on Amazon for less than 10.
And all the ducks in the Unitarian Universalist congregation of the upcountry said, amen. And at the end of the service, Reverend Duck pronounced the benediction, and they all walked home. Sometimes we're a bit ducky here, are we not? We know where our strength rests, we know where our faith rests, we know where our heart rests, and then we walk away from it. And so a part of the message here that's important to me is that we revisit those things that are important to us. I had a quote come to me about birds and what they trust. Why a bird rarely is afraid of whatever branch it lands on, because it's not the branch it's trusting, it's its own wings. I have 3 feeders out, actually 6 feeders outside my office window in my home. And I love to watch the way the small birds kind of stage in the oak tree that's to my left in my driveway. And then they'll wait their turn until the big birds leave, and then they'll come down and help themselves. And so I'm drawn to them, and the question that comes to me seems to show that there is a trust in their wings. To the Unitarian Universalist congregation of the Low Country, you have wings.
Amen.
Thank you. I want to make sure we were all paying attention here. And we would do well to stretch our wings and to trust them in ways perhaps that we never have before. Our current environment that we wake up to every morning, whatever your thoughts are, our current environment seems full of rotten branches. Very few places that we can rest ourselves. I believe we can find our wings in numerous places. We can find them in family, we can find them in our work, we can find them in our hobbies, we can find them in the way that we serve our communities. We can find our wings in those ways specifically. And I also believe that the Unitarian Universalist principles that are in front of you and in our hearts hold the glue together that keeps us in midair. You see in your bulletin the values on the back of that. Those values have been turned into paragraph form from the principles that we used to hold and value, we still do. I want to be speaking about those principles and as well those values that come to us. These principles and our values are for me, Charlie Tyler, only my wings. And I'm learning to trust them more, and perhaps this might ring true to you as well. So when you hear the message that you have wings, and you say amen to that message, trust them. Trust these principles, trust these values, trust each other, trust them. For those of you who may not know exactly what I'm talking about, there's a number of visitors here, and I thank you for trusting us in this time, because indeed you have made your way into a fabulous community of mercy, kindness, and grace. You're not going to find a better one anywhere, period. And so you have been blessing us with your presence here, and we will do the same for you. But some of the values and some of the principles that I want to articulate are these. You'll know them, those of you who have been here for a period of time. One of them is the inherent worth and dignity of every person. I have been a part of a number of different ecclesiastical orders, and these words are not in any of them. And when I come here, I find myself in a unique position of knowing that every one of us who is committed to this organization, committed to this church, is going to grant me my worth and my dignity, and I to them. The second is justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. The third is acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregation. Fourth is a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Fifth, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process. Sixth, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, justice for all. 7, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. Those are my wings. I would want them to be yours too. I would want you and I to find a way that we're able to stretch our wings and sail on those principles that make a difference in our own lives. There is, for me, liberation and paradox in those values and in those principles. Liberation in that it has set me free to finally be fully me. I'm still working on it, but I'm making progress. And I find myself coming back to these principles, back to these values, and begin to make my way fully forward to become who I am. And I'll be damned if I let anyone stall or take or steal that freedom. That will not happen. And Dr. Duff, that would also not happen in the Presbyterian Church. Thank you for that insight, Tom. And the other part of these principles is the paradox. I find in them the liberation, and I also find in them this paradox. Because there's no way that I or any other person in this room or out there can make you attend to these principles. And once they do, they all begin to crumble in front of you. That's one of the parts that's so almost magical about these principles and these values. You are the only one, you individual you, first name you, are the only ones that can apply them to your life. And in that way, it's distinct and different for you because of the life that you've lived and because of the experiences that you bring to it. I try my best to apply them to me only. And when I try and apply them to you, then I have to step into guilt and manipulation, which just crumbles the principles entirely. And so I want you to know that about who we are, what is our compass, what is our starting point in this life. What does each principle, quote, mean? What does do the words mean? That's for you to determine, and nobody else to tell you how to determine it. I can tell you what these words and principles mean to me, or not mean to me, but in no way can I tell you what they must mean to you. The paradox is this: it seems to me that as soon as anyone tells you how to apply these words, the whole of them crumble, and most, if not each, is immediately violated. When I came into this building several years ago, I discovered what faith really was. Some of you know that I have a master's degree from a pretty academic seminary in Mississippi. I pastored Presbyterian churches for 30 years. I had a pretty good handle on the Greek, and I could work with the Hebrew. None of that helped my faith. It was only until someone presented this in front of me that I said, oh my God, this is faith. This is where I have to place my faith. that was transformational for this man. And I pray that it's transformational for you as well, too, on your own terms, on your own journey. This is why these values and principles are so important to me. This is liberty, this is liberation, and this is our safety. Because we need each other in community to find safety. I'm choosing to trust my wings as fully as I can. I might lose my feathers, I might slam into a window, have, and we'll do it again. But I know where I am. Let me try and make this practical. This past Sunday, our guest speaker, I felt like, crossed from education to instruction. He is a scholarly gentleman, skilled, gentle, extremely talented in his music ability. And as he began to talk to his audience how to apply the understanding of his truth, I believe he began to cross over into something that was instruction as opposed to education. Now is the time to spread your wings and to live your truth and not anyone else's. Our guest had a message that is important to many of us. I endorse that. But it was a message that was couched in guilt and merely manipulation. I love this congregation so much to not allow that to go unchallenged. And so I offer that to you with these thoughts. For those of us who might have felt the wind diminish under our wings just a little bit, spread your wings. It's all right. But on a much larger scale, both nationally and globally, the branches we have trusted for decades and generations seem to me to be rotting at the trunk. We see the rot, and we feel the anger often, do we not? It's now a time to re-examine our principles or lose sight of them in fear and fatigue. This is the time to find your strength. This is the time to best spread your wings and embrace these values and embrace these principles and make them yours in these days, because there is strength and power here that's only by faith as you apply it to yourself. We wake every morning to a cacophony of insults, attacks, and ongoing dismantling of civic norms that used to keep us whole. And then we wonder what tomorrow will bring. And as we consider each new offense, I might start to lose our bearing, to lose our direction from our principles, from that which we value. My midweek message was designed to do that, to begin to offer that suggestion. Years ago, because I served a small community church in a small town in South Carolina, many of the members owned thousands of acres. And they were always welcoming me to their property. And so one Saturday morning, I decided I needed a breath of fresh air, so I drove out to this 4,000-acre piece of property and took a walk. But I took with me my compass for the first time. I never carried a compass before. I don't know what made me do it then. But I carried a compass just in case I got lost, because you should know that I always get lost. I have family members that ridicule me of being directionally hindered constantly. I have one of my in-laws who will say to me, "Which way is south, Charlie?" I don't know. "Which way is north?" North is in front of me. Always. When you have a map in your hand, which way is north? In front of you. That's the way I function. So I took the compass and I was going to trust the compass until about a half an hour into the walk. I thought, nah, I can't trust this thing. 4 hours later, I stumbled across my car, which I knew was on my right, but was on my left, which only told me how entirely lost I was. I know that feeling. I know what it's like to be there. Some of you do too. So when we find our way back, that's when we begin to trust our values and our principles that can keep us correctly oriented. More and more, I hear members of our current administration refer to those things that are difficult to trust. And I would ask that we continue to find ourselves deep in heart and deep in spirit. So our challenge is to stay rooted in our values. It's the hardest part of embracing this direction. It's the hardest part. There isn't any comma, paragraph, explanation. And if we take them and we'll live in them and we'll fly in them, we will begin to discover where our faith really is. Almost every day, I lose sight of my compass. Almost every day. And every day, I try to reorient myself to my wings. Finally, our values and our principles build a bridge to community. The significance of a safe community is priceless. As I said, one of the basic human needs is to know safety. Safety and community. Food and safety are those two things that are common to all humans. Safety is found in that place we call home. Here is home for me. When I first came through those doors, I knew I was not in Kansas anymore. I began to hear people speak with a different tone in their voice. I began to watch people laugh with a different tone in their smiles. I began to see and hear and feel something entirely different. And as a person who has spent most of his professional career inside of congregations, I did not know where I was anymore. This congregation disoriented me until I came to believe you and believe that you really did. One of the things, and I want you to know this about me, one of the things that I find most significant here is you do not love me because I'm smart or I speak well or I have a degree or any other thing. You love me because of who I am. Period. And I love you because of who you are. Period. And when we can live in that and walk in that, we'll begin to find something that is really outlandish. Real community, and real hope, and real grace, and real communion. Today we expand our community. The new members here believe that they have found home. They have found safety. This is a part of what we do and how we are and where we are. And these new souls bring new colors, new skills, new insights, and a new love for this place, and a new hope for this place. So to the new members and to the established members, I say to you, you have wings. Amen. You have wings. Amen. You have wings. Amen. Don't you dare walk home. May we continue to find that strength in our voice and that strength in each other and make a difference in our world and make a change in our world, because that's where we find our trust. Thank you for your attention.
Would the members of the membership committee please come to the front?
Good morning. Today, we have the privilege of welcoming those who have signed our membership book recently. As your name is read, please come forward.
Jesse Andre. Amanda Valentine. Bonnie DeSalvo. Sherry Gibson. Carly Grubbs could not be here.
Please stay in front.
Oh, yeah, stay up here, please. Come back. Come back. Carly Grubbs could not be here, but she sends her regrets that she couldn't be part of the ceremony. Catherine Mace. Bill Sparger. And Zach Vaughn. I would like to observe that the Growth Committee 2 years ago set a goal of attracting younger people and people of color. And I'd like you to just observe our newest members and say congratulations to our Growth Committee for setting this goal and leading us forward to the future.
Here in this church, human beings have gathered seeking a higher purpose and deeper meaning of life than they could find alone. We are grateful today for each one of you that you have found your way here, that you have decided to make a commitment to this faith community. We hope that as a member of this church, you will allow yourselves to know and be known, to minister to and be ministered unto, to love and be loved by this congregation. We never really know what combination of faith and friendship and good luck it is that brings certain people together in this world. But we believe that membership in this church calls each of us here to celebrate the faith that has drawn us together and to regard each one, as a spiritual friend and a potential teacher. Clay.
As members of this church, we pledge to be guardians of each other's spirits, to respect the ultimate privacy of each one's human struggle, and to believe in each one's inherent dignity. Will the congregation please rise and join with our newest members? We'll do this in unison. In the bonds of fellowship and love, we unite to cultivate reverence, to promote spiritual growth and ethical commitment, to minister to each other's needs and to those of humanity. We celebrate the sacred moments of life's passage, and we honor holiness and the heart of being. On the behalf of the congregation, it's my privilege to welcome you to this community, bound by a shared quest for truth, goodness, and beauty. We do not promise final answers to life's ultimate questions, but instead the high adventure of seeking together. Once again, we do not promise final answers to life's ultimate questions, but instead the high adventure of seeking together. We invite you to share our concerns for justice and peace, that we may better shape the meaning of our lives and build a better world. New members.
We accept your invitation. We come believing that our lives can be enriched by the relationship we now enter with you. We wish to share the joys and responsibilities of this congregation.
Members of the community,
we welcome you, mindful of our heritage and our hope. We pledge to walk beside you in
We welcome you to this community with all of our hearts.
Smush together and get a quick Smush. I suppose you already love each other. Some of you are new, some of you aren't, you know. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Today, there will not be a talk back. However, we do have a special cake to welcome the newcomers. And so the cake will be served in the foyer along with all the wonderful contributions of food brought by other people. Thank you.
So if you would please take your hymnals into your hands. And may we turn together to hymn 145, and if you're willing and able, may we stand and sing. Hang on a second. I'm going to make some adumbrations here. Verses 1 and 4, please. Verses 1 and 4.
Flip the switch.
We're almost to the cake. We're almost to the cake. So I'll keep my closing comments brief, but I do want to recognize our visitors today, which include Julie and Bob, Julie and Friend, closer, and Miles and Michael. Also want to thank all the folks who make our Sunday happen. And it's a long list. I'm just going to go through real quickly just some first names. On music, of course, John. On sharing, sustaining, and the child sliding, Beth. Joys and concerns, Tom. Faith development and the nursery crew, headed up by Ann Harrison. Soundboard, Brian. And video streaming, David. The crew under Anthony's tutelage. Security today was Ashley and Linda. And, of course, our Reverend Charlie. Next Sunday, March 30th, Clint Tawes will be here, and the sermon is titled, Where Everybody Knows Your Name. And that song's been going in my head all morning. Inspired by the TV show Cheers, the sermon will explore how we build communities where trust is strong, inclusion is real, and no one feels like a stranger. Our theme next month is joy. Joyous, joyful, having joy, having joy. And that's our lineup for our ministers through the month. You can find in the order of service. And lastly, there is no talk back. There's only cake, coffee, and tea.
I loved our words. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to dwell together in love, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Amen? Amen. Thank you.
Please stand if you're willing and able, and join me in extinguishing the chalice. The words are in your order of service. While we extinguish this flame, we carry in our hearts the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment until we are together again.
You can